And we are back. Dark Side of the Kingdom, episode 12. This is a video game podcast about video games, video game culture. My name is Dean.
And this is Percy.
I can't follow that.
and this is Ian.
There we go.
Over there.
Nice. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. TheDrainage.net, home base. Pop culture informed. Check it out. There's stuff on there. We do occasionally moonlight, write some articles sometimes.
Every now and then.
And by some articles, we wrote one article. Percy?
One. Don't worry, I think we could be writing more eventually in the future, so it's all cool.
Yes, our focus is this podcast. We love doing this for you guys. This week, what you've been playing. We're going to keep things, very similar. Won't switch up the format too much. What you've been playing. Does anybody want to jump in first? We have no guests this week, so...
Just the Three Musketeers today.
Yeah,
How about you, Ian? What you been playing?
Troops?
Okay, I go first.
By default, you go first.
Yes.
What the hell have I been playing? I've actually had time to play games, which is funny.
Did you beat Last of Us yet?
No, but I got further.
Good.
So there's a plus.
God damn it.
Nice. Progression is being made.
I got out of the high school. I got the pickup truck, and I did the part where you go to the hotel. So I just got to the hotel.
Nice. Here, you want to keep talking? I'm gonna grab some bourbon. Hold on.
Okay, so
this hotel, tell me about it.
I just literally jumped in the door for that one. But it's the first time you're fighting humans that have guns, and they don't fall for all your typical tricks. So it was a little frustrating getting used to that, but I'm enjoying it still. It's a great story, and the humor is so great. And Ellie finds his magazine.
The joke book?
No. The
porno
bag.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
porno bag makes it. Oh my god, it's so good.
Porno mags?
Yeah.
And her line is, "Why are these pages stuck together?"
God.
I love it. It's like, how
So
do you guys
great.
walk around with these things?
I love the masturbation joke in the apocalyptic tale of
Yeah. Oh my.
Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
She does really good. They do comedy at the right points in that. That's what's so great about that game. And when they introduce the humans in it, you're in the car and your girl is like totally forgetting. Oh, we gotta help him. He's like, no, he's fine. And then you run him over. Oh, it's so badass.
It's so good.
I got further in that, which was really fun.
Nice.
I actually
Finally.
picked up for my Genesis. I picked up The Adventures of Batman and Robin. Which I haven't played before, but I've always wanted to play because it's 2-player, and I didn't have a Genesis when I was a kid. I had a Super Nintendo, so I played that, and I found out my second controller doesn't work very well, and that game is really hard like that. And I don't know, it's kind of like a Contra Batman game. You have unlimited batarangs, and you constantly have to throw them at guys, and then when they're close, I guess not Contra, I'd say Metal Slug, more like Metal
Batman
Slug.
and Robin, you said? Is it like the animated
Adventures,
series?
yeah, Adventures of Batman and Robin, not the terrible movie video games that
With,
were
Okay,
Mr.
good,
Freeze.
yeah.
yeah,
So-
do you remember those? Oh, they were awful. So I was playing that. I played Mega Man, beat that again, and
You still doing that on your
yeah,
daily?
I'm
On the
still
daily?
doing that, yeah.
Ladies! No, I'm just kidding.
We will get video documentation of that eventually. We'll try to get
Hopefully.
that
I-
done.
So then we'll write an
Are
article
you
about
progressing? Do you feel like you're making
Oh yeah,
progression?
As long as the biggest stumbling block I still have is on 2 levels, just because I try to do as fast as possible.
What levels?
And it's Quick Man stage, who I do first right away. He's my first guy. During the laser beam part, like if you just slightly fuck up, you ruined your timing, and it's a pain in the ass. So other than that, and then on Airman's, because you just have to wait for the stupid floating head things, and I hate waiting in video games. So once in a while that slows me down. But other than that, I got down pretty fast. So I did that. I think there's another game that I was playing, but I can't think of it.
So,
Battlefield. I have probably one of the best runs I've had like in a really long time.
that's a pretty good spread of games. Battlefield, retro gaming.
I like to just
a little bit of
keep it
everything.
open.
You said Genesis. You didn't have it. Purchased it later in life.
Mm-hmm.
Going back, never. Nostalgia not there for the Genesis. How is it? Do you feel good about the Genesis
I love
experience?
it. And what's
Did it
great
age
about
well?
it ages great, but the best part is getting games, people kept their boxes and instructions, and it's way easier to get 100% things, and they're not super expensive.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like the hard case Genesis cases helped out a lot.
Oh my god, yeah, they're
Tons.
so great. Like, there's certain games I've been eBaying, trying to find. I'm like, oh, this one. Everyone's like, oh, I have the case and the instruction, and it's only $10. I'm like, yes, sold.
Smoke-free
You're gonna be able to
environment.
find more stuff like
Oh,
that
yeah.
than Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
Cause like,
I wish Super Nintendo did that.
you
Man.
know, yeah, like we did the same thing though when we were kids. You got the game,
You
just
threw
threw
it
away
in
the
the
box,
box.
and
Threw
you
the
lost
box
the
in the
manual. That's what
Yeah.
happens. So
Yeah.
it's like, fuck.
I was always kind of good, but I went the Genesis route. But even still, like I don't think anybody, unless they're a collector nowadays, had the original NES boxes. NES boxes specifically are really
I
tough
know,
to
right?
find.
Don't you wish like you used to go back like do not throw anything away,
And-
please?
The last thing that I played was I went to a vintage video game place in town right next to the pinball Pinball Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
which I highly recommend if you haven't been to. I was playing the original Turtles game, and I was talking to the owner there. I'm like, hey, I want to buy this. How much do you sell this for? He's like, honestly, I can't sell it to you because it makes so much money. Like, he has to empty the quarter bin every day because it fills every single day.
That guy's awesome. What's funny about that guy is like he's nice, but sometimes I think he hates everybody.
I bet.
I think it's just people like disrespect this place a lot. Like they'll just leave.
Sadly.
They'll just like throw popcorn on the floor
Yeah.
or fucking drinks and they won't tell anybody. And I see him, he's like, oh, you're fucking like as he's walking around the way, I'm like, that poor bastard. That's clean up all these stupid kid stuff.
I think that's a common theme for like the enthusiast specialty game shop because I think I go to Game World, it's kind of close by me, located a few blocks away, and just very fickle, grumpy,
old dudes.
recession people that work there. Kind of most of the time, it's like I want to say. A Charleston, Valley View area.
Is it
Jones.
closed at
It's
like,
pretty
early on Sunday? 'Cause
Yeah,
you
it's
should
like
totally go.
It's right next to what's it, Just Breaks, and it's basically it's a really sweet shop. They have excellent
I totally
selection
go
of
there.
games.
Totally. Okay,
Very
so
cool.
so sorry for my tangent there.
Hey.
So I was there, and I also played Orbiter 1, that pinball game that has the really weird like valley type,
yeah.
and your ball there's magnetic things that spin, and the ball spins in circles. I played that because that's my favorite pinball game, and I'm terrible at it, but I love it because it's just so different than all the other ones. So I did that, and then after that, I went to the video game store and I picked up the only copy of Skitchin there. So I'm gonna have you guys play with me sometime because the game is so much fun. So that's what I was playing.
Yeah,
Rock and roll.
Kitchen. You talked about it last week. Actually, I did editing the show. I researched some of the soundtrack. Pretty fun soundtrack,
It
man.
is so good.
Especially for like a
For a
Sega
Genesis game?
Genesis
Oh
game?
my god, it's so good.
A lot of drum, a lot of bass, a lot of kicks
it's so
going
Yeah,
on.
the really tinny, metally sound.
No,
It's just good. Caffeine Dream is one of my favorite songs. It's just like
Caffeine Dream.
bum, 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 bum.
I might have used that one for the episode. I don't know.
I
It's-
don't know.
That sounded like Mr. Sandman to me.
I love Mr. Sandman as well.
Mr. Sandman.
so, yeah.
Okay,
Cool,
back
man.
to you.
Okay. I've been like super like busy with everything this week, so I haven't gotten a chance to play too much games. Like I bought a new fight stick at Evo last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever, and so it's kind of modding it out. I bought a Soul Calibur fight stick, so I got it home and I started playing with it. And I went online to play against people, and I wasn't able to pull off my moves at all. It's like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And I looked down, and I'm like, okay, I'm using a Soul Calibur stick, but I didn't realize it was for Soul Calibur. Like the button layout was all
I didn't even know they had different buttons.
exactly me neither. So I was like, fuck. So I had to take it apart and move some buttons around, and
Interesting. So you actually had to physically.
Yeah.
You talked about it. I thought you had to go into the options remap buttons, but you had to.
I did do that first, and I just like I don't want to have to do this for every goddamn game I want to play.
Yeah.
To like customize, and if I want to switch, someone else is already working. They're gonna have to go back in and switch it all out again.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, I just opened it up and switched some buttons around, rewired some stuff, and now it's rock and roll. And that's gonna make a custom, custom machine there for it. So
What would you rate the challenge of doing that? 1 to 5.
1 being easy,
One being easy.
Yeah. One being easy, 3 being soldering involved.
Yeah.
no soldering anything. It's probably like 1.5.
Oh,
It's
wow.
really easy.
Okay, cool.
Well, on the specific fight stick, it was super easy. I went around it the wrong way at first, and like I was going from the bottom and like trying to reach in there and do a bunch of shit. It was so stupid. So I just put it back together and I did it from the top. Oh my god, everything is right there, ready to go. Like you can get your hands in there and move everything around. So it was like 10 to 15 minutes. It didn't take long at all.
I've never even looked at an inside of a fight stick.
It's cool. It's like,
Depending on the model, I think that they make it pretty easy to get in there too.
for the most part, it
Yeah.
depends. Like I said, my other fight sticks, I have to go to the bottom because there's no way to get in through the top. So it's like.
Because I have the Tekken 5 or Tekken 6, whatever. It's like the special edition with the
Yep.
fight stick,
Wireless.
and that's very like enclosed capsule. You know, it's hard to move that around. But my Hori stick, you can actually just Allen wrench the top right off.
Yeah.
Get in there, so pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome when they have it so you're able to customize everything. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to make all the buttons all rainbow. So, anyway, but yeah, that was something I was fiddling around with. So I was playing a lot of Street Fighter. Over the weekend, I went to California and I finally started playing Hotline Miami.
That game's so much fun.
Holy shit, that game is so good.
It's
Like,
so violent.
oh my, I love it. I'm fucking in love with it.
Great
Like,
soundtrack.
The soundtrack is what caught me first, and then just being able to do the combo, like figuring out the combo system, and like, oh my god, it's so fast paced if you want it to be, and it's just crazy, like intense.
How far'd you get?
I think near the ending of chapter 3.
Did you get to the part where you have to get to like the third floor, and as soon as you get to the third floor, the cops come from the bottom floor? And you have to that's a great level.
That's so cool. Oh my god, this game's so good. Like the boss levels are awesome.
And then the second one just got announced.
Yes, I can't wait for that. So
I don't know why every time this game gets brought up, I always get it confused with Retro City Rampage. What is this game again?
Hotline is
I don't know why.
a top view puzzle murder simulator.
sure.
Okay.
You play
It's
you play a cleaner, I guess would be the best way to describe your character.
well, like the character doesn't really know what he's doing. Kind of like he wakes up and he gets phone calls and people call him saying, "I need." Like, hi, we're having an open house at this place today. There's some people there that we probably need to get out of the house if you don't mind. Hint, hint, whatever.
Yeah.
Click. Or, hey, we're having a sale at this place. There's a lot of customers here. Maybe you want to move them out. Or we're closing, having a closing.
So
they do it in a weird way.
They're really clever.
They're not saying that, please come here and kill these people, but,
Implied.
That's what they're implying.
And the big part of the game is you don't want to use your guns until the very last second because the people will hear you on that floor and come rush you, and then you'll get overwhelmed. So you have an option of using blunt weapons and throwing stuff. So like how I play is like when I have a gun and I see someone, I throw the gun at them right away, and then run up to them and try to knock them out before they get up.
Yeah.
I always like do guns very last.
Oh, yeah. What were you playing it on?
Steam, so my computer.
Computer. I was playing on my Vita, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that game is fucking awesome. I love it already. Like everything. I think one of the developers were saying they're really inspired, like by Drive, the movie.
Oh my yeah.
Oh, wow,
So you can tell by the soundtrack, just the whole feel of the game. Like it feels that
So
style.
good.
It's
Drive the movie, the soundtrack, phenomenal.
that movie, everything's so good. God damn.
No, you said
Ryan Gosling is a beautiful man. Just gonna say, put that out there.
You said Steam, Mac, Steam compatible. Ian, you said.
I don't know.
I think it is.
Are you playing it on PC Steam?
I play on PC
Okay.
Steam.
I have Steam on Mac, and I basically should not even have Steam on Mac because I can't play
You
anything.
have
There's
a
a few
limited
games.
amount of
There's
games.
a very limited
limited.
amount of games.
Yeah.
Very frustrating experience.
I think Psychonauts you can play on there.
Yeah, I have it for Xbox already. I got
Same,
it.
buy it again. This game's awesome.
Play it in HD.
Rock and roll.
So-
Yeah, I was playing a lot of that and Animal Crossing. There was a bug off this weekend, so I was trying to get a big old bug or whatever. Win a contest and fucking
There was a bug off.
Animal Crossing. All my Animal Crossing friends will know what the hell's
No,
going
we're
on.
not explain too in depth about what the labels of the goals are, I guess, in that game. So, endgame Animal Crossing, is that good, fun stuff, or like what does that entail now? So basically, you've been playing for a few weeks now. It's just more kind of honing your town,
I think there's
visiting
an endgame.
people.
Yeah, there's really no end game. It's just
no end
you're
game,
just like a
it's
continuing, like trying to keep your city.
I think there's just a
Alive
point in
and-
your life where you're like,
I need to stop playing
I
this.
want to experience real things.
Nice.
I want to be a
collect
real
that
city
bug.
planner.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not really an end game. It's just you're just constantly doing stuff and stuff. And they have there's like seasonal things to do. So
That's good then, right?
Even with like the bugs and like animals and stuff, the bugs like are seasonal. So right now there's cicadas are in the trees and shit. So it's really crazy. All right.
Is the seasons based on your location? Like, because like if we were in
It's
Australia,
based on it. It's based. I don't think so. I think it's just based on time of the year, really.
but like the seasons are different from different places. So if you're playing in Australia,
I don't know. Maybe I think so.
Is it winter there now? Because it would be.
Or if it's Christmas in Las Vegas, is there no snow still? They're like, fuck you.
I don't think
You don't
it
get
goes
snow.
that far.
You don't
I
get
think it
snow,
just goes like I think it might be based off like country and shit like that.
Okay.
So
Oh, cool.
I know it's gonna base off like in winter there's gonna be snow and all this other shit. So yeah, that's what I've been playing for the most part.
Cool.
A lot of fun games and Hotline Miami and of course Animal Crossing.
Yeah. As far as I've been playing, it's kind of keeping the theme going with this Tony Hawk Pro Skater Park stuff. Got bit by the bug pretty hard. Finished my one level. Like I said, I was about 95% certification last week. Feel good. Polished it off. Been naming gaps and basically embarked on my my second level. So did that. And as far as that goes, in other news, basically right now as we speak, actually recording as we speak when this goes up in 4 or 5 days. Might be different, but basically there is a Xbox 360 fire sale going on right now. Xbox Live games. Picked up 2 good games. The first game I picked up, Lost Planet 2, for $4.99.
God damn.
I need to go on my Xbox when I get home.
Might
and
want
see
to check
what's
it
on
out.
sale.
Now I don't know where you guys sit with Lost Planet 1. Really enjoyed it.
I never played any of them. I always thought they looked fucking cool.
It was one
I know
of the
they kind of got a bad rap, but
Yeah, it was one of like the first cool like third-party games to come out for the 360 and like year one. I remember like the first E3 of the system being out. Came out, it was big, a lot of fun. As far as the original game go, it was kind of limited, but very Starship Troopers-esque, giant aliens, huge scale, soldiers. And then with the first game, they kind of did a bait and switch halfway through, introduced mech mechanic. But long story short, more Lost Planet. The sequel is more geared towards like multiplayer, kind of like squad-based gaming. So it's like everything about this game is designed for online co-op play. So kind of cool. I mean, as a single-player gamer, there's some stuff that I feel like, you know, a lot of computer AI going on. But, you know, it's fun. $5, you can't complain too much. The level design is fucking beautiful. The game looks great. Like, there's a lot of lush jungles in this game. It basically takes place 10 years after the original Lost Planet. So it's like...
Did you beat the game already, or?
No, actually, I made it about halfway through, and then I kind of got caught up in other experiences on Lost Planet, and then...
I asked this because I want to know, is there, like, characters from the first one that kind of make an appearance in this one, or?
Yeah, you know what, I don't think... I haven't really noticed anything too much. More or less just, like, the location of, you know... Is it Earth? Is it not Earth? It's Earth, basically. The Lost Planet is Earth. Spoiler.
Cool.
So basically...
It was Earth all along!
The thing about this game is just kind of like the sense of scale. You're basically, you know, groups of, fighters.
Cool.
Massive bugs. Very fun.
I know when that game first came out,
$5.
PS3 had they had an exclusive things in there, so like you could play as the Hellgas from Killzone.
Oh, wow.
Inside. Hey, fuck
Interesting.
I
Judgments are being made.
constantly kind of throw shit in there and be like, oh, please get it on PlayStation. Come on.
Oh, whatever.
Someone's really
They still
pushing
had it.
Killzone on me.
I like Killzone.
Yeah. I did some. I tried to go online, did some competitive multiplayer for a little bit, and this community is very advanced. It didn't last too
they
long.
just destroy.
And some of the things like I noticed with like some of these multiplayer games that are very like unique as far as the mechanics go. The drop off to really good gamers to newbies and basically people who just get massacred is very either really excellent at this game. You've learned the system, you can fucking tweak the system to your
Or you're
advantage.
born yesterday.
Or you're cannon fodder and you're just a meat bag
Yeah.
to get shot. So didn't last very long, didn't enjoy that too much, but for $5 getting in, it's fun. Shoot 'em
Well, maybe
up,
more
good
people
gameplay
pick it
experience.
up and fucking rock and roll it. You can play with more people.
Do you know how long the sale's for?
It just started. They just reset like this weekend, so it should be up for at least another 5 or 6 days. So
Okay.
get on it. There's actually a huge Capcom developer sale. I had to was restraining myself basically because there's so many good games. I almost bought the Devil May Cry HD collections for 50% off, $15 right
Wow.
now. Almost bought that, but instead I opted for Mortal Kombat,
First one?
the remake that just came out.
Nice.
$9.99.
That's a great
full
game.
game.
Great game.
$9.99. Playing
It is
through
really
that.
fun.
One of the best story modes I've played in a really long
Yes.
time.
Yes.
That
Because it's
story
so
is
ridiculous.
awesome.
So cool, just very unique, and just like to reinvent the story mode after so many years was kind of cool.
Yeah.
The game mechanics are fun, the character design's fun, so I'm just getting into that. And since it was only $10, I opted in for the Freddy Krueger DLC.
Sweet.
So playing with him too. So I'm just kind of getting in on that experience. It's pretty fun.
That's badass.
So that's pretty much the gist. Xbox Live Fire Sale. Check it out.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
And I think it's Steam. Is it Steam sale still
It's
going
Steam
on?
summer sale right now.
Yeah. So there's
So the
good sales.
22nd, whatever that is. That today?
That's Monday. That's tomorrow.
I bought a shit ton of stuff on that I shouldn't have, but I did.
Yes.
I bought I got Walking Dead for $6, all of them. I got
Steal.
Rogue Legacy. It was like $10. That game's amazing. I'll talk about it later. And then I also picked up Deadlight for $3 and another game for $3. So I made out like a bandit.
I'm thinking this is going to be a common theme until the holidays. New systems launch. There's going to be sales.
Up the
everywhere,
gas. Oh my
so-
god. I think so too.
Yeah.
Like crazy chaos.
I hope so.
PSN, anything exciting going
PSN
on?
have any good sales right now?
Yeah, they're having. I don't know exactly what's on
Yeah.
sale, but they are doing a really good. There's a bunch of stuff on sale right now. They're having their summer sales going on.
I have
so.
to get on the PSN thing, dude. I mean the whatever the premium thing is. I need
PlayStation
to.
Plus.
PlayStation Plus. Yeah,
I
'cause
have
you-
to get that.
Yeah, because you get like even bigger deals, like
Yeah.
not just half off, like 75% off.
How much is that
sometimes,
for a
so-
year again? 59 or something?
Yeah, it's like buying a game.
Yeah.
Might as
So
well
it's
do
like
it.
buying one game a year. And last year they put out a thing that showed how much you saved, and you basically
Yeah, right.
paid.
And free games alone is.
Yeah,
what
you basically pay for like $1,000 worth of stuff for $60.
I gotta do that.
And then going to the Xbox equivalents, they refreshed their game of the month, and they're offering Assassin's Creed 2 for free download.
Oh woo!
I downloaded it. I haven't played it. I
Which
look forward
one's
to
two?
it.
Who are you in two?
Ezio.
I don't know. I don't want to play that one.
Really? Isn't that supposed to be?
I watched
good.
My, I watched
It's
my
good.
brother beat it, so I don't need
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I'm
I
excited
enjoyed
to
it
go.
vicariously.
You know,
I loved it.
old games, interesting choices. If you haven't played them, fuck it. Download them and join them for free.
Why not?
Why not? What you been playing? Keep it short. Keep it concise.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah.
You guys feel good about this?
Yeah.
Yay.
All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
We'll be back with our segment of the week.
Yeah.
without the next set, like with this segment, just edit there because the beginning was actually strong. It sounds good.
Thanks,
man.
nice.
Thanks,
Welcome
Ian.
back. Thanks. Welcome
Positive
back to
reinforcement.
things.
Welcome back, motherfuckers.
Welcome back to DSotK Kingdom. We're going to be talking about customization and games. Hey.
And we are back, episode 12. Sorry. And
That's the beginning of the podcast.
what segment is this? I think I've done this before.
Segment dos. Two.
Right? All right, cool. And we are back, Dark Side of the Kingdom, segment number 2.
Two.
Creation and customization in video games is
Yeah.
the topic at hand. We're going to go through, kind of start at the origins of customization and creation in video games, kind of take it from there, talk about what it means to us, some of our experiences, some of the pros and cons of thus, and kind of just take it from there.
Rock and roll.
And I'm sure we're gonna miss certain things, so
Yeah.
feel
Please.
free in
Send
comments
us
to
hate
send us
mail.
horrible things.
Please.
How could
I
you
would
miss this game? It's
yeah.
the best game ever, and I made this awesome sword.
I would encourage, some feedback. Let us know, even if it's negative. I mean, let's get some interaction going, guys.
Yeah, we don't care. Please. Interaction. Any interaction is good interaction.
So, kind of frame this around our experiences with creation in video games. I love this game growing up. It was one of my first experiences for the NES. Excitebike was one of the first custom creative modes out there. Did you guys partake in the Excitebike experience?
I played Excitebike. I can speak English. I played Excitebike,
I don't feel so bad anymore.
but I never. I didn't know you could make tracks.
Yeah.
So
It was limited, but they did have a creation, basically you can kind of select different ramps, different variations of, and kind of just map out your level and kind of take it from there.
Yeah, I had no
Pretty
experience
fun.
with that. I had
Yeah.
none.
Because I was kind of combing early experiences and not much for the NES. That was pretty much one of the only ones that I saw.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
Like I
Very
said,
slim. I
So
think.
for me, I played that game a lot. I played that game a lot with my family and just spent a lot of hours creating. So moving along from NES to computer. Already.
It moved all over the
Jesus
place.
Christ.
All good.
Computers. For me, SimCity, I think that's kind of like the natural progression. One of the early creation, customization games. You are the mayor of SimCity. You name your city, and you create your city.
you can wait said city. Once again, this is another game that I was never super into, but I watched people play.
Yeah.
I liked the fact. Well, the things I didn't like was how you had the connection issues. Like you have to have the power lines go here, and you have to do all that kind of stuff. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, like the first one, I think before SimCity 2000, like the tutorial wasn't really quite there. So getting in there and getting your city created.
It's not very user friendly.
It was a little, not so intuitive. But I think the SimCity 2000 was the one. I think it was Windows 98 circa computing. So that was kind of like when I got into it, SimCity experience.
Rock and roll.
I always just had more fun like preloading the maps and just kind of creating havoc.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Tornadoes,
Yeah.
earthquakes, alien invasions. So kind of like counterproductive, not really creation, but more destruction. Destruction in video gaming.
creation. No destruction. Kill everything.
Yeah. What about? I mean, let's frame it, I guess, as a conversation. I enjoy creation in video
Destroying
games. It
things.
seems like I kind of search out these features. Do you guys? Is that?
I enjoy parts. Like I am terrible at making things. Apparently, when it comes to in video games, I've never felt really confident of making when I made something like that's really awesome. Because when you look, like certain people have a knack for it, and you like download certain like levels in games, and you're like, how did they come up with this? It's so brilliant. Like I like when it's actually ends up being better than ones that like the developers made. You're like, you should hire this person. They are way better than you. I've had that experience a couple times.
Yeah, it always seems to end up that way, especially like mods and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's like these guys fixed your mistakes.
So that's why the computer, the whole mod industry of those people who are like, well, you did this, and you gave us this limitation, we'll fix that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, don't a lot of the companies do hire those people on like eventually?
I assume so.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Well,
Yeah, like the-
Valve does that like left and right.
You know what's funny too is like those people that do that are like kids. They're like 15, 16-year-old kids. They're like, oh, well, you did this wrong. And they just fucking nail it out.
Well,
Like, holy shit.
I remember the first time I played World of Warcraft, and I've only played it one time because I played it for 4 hours straight, and I was like, I am done playing this game. It is way too addicting. I need to have a life.
Kind of dangerous.
But my friend downloaded it, and then right away he downloaded all these mods. He's like, now I have more of my button layout. Like he totally changed the interface like right away because it was so much more effective than the original one. I was just like,
This is way better.
yeah, that was one of my first experience of UI modification to that
Yeah.
extreme. Prior to that, it was mainly like level generations or character customization.
See, unfortunately for the console gamer, you were pretty much limited to kind of like altering current roster sets, very limited level creation. So it was always the computer, the mod community, first-person community could always take advantage of these level creators. More so, not until later generations. So yeah, interesting stuff.
Well, while we're talking about SimCity,
Yeah.
one of my favorite games was Age of Empire games.
Okay.
When you get to make you make all the decision of when you're gonna let this happen, when you're gonna send out your hunters and gatherers and do all that stuff, and then you get to the wartime. And I always hated the war part, and I only liked building my whole town up and getting the resources. That was my favorite part. And I was always terrible at the fighting part.
They just destroy your city and everything.
Yeah, and I just got ruined. But in the civilization games, they kind of fix that where you can win through diplomacy or win just by technology and stuff, which I really like. But I never really got into that stuff yet. But I'm interested in it. Once I get a new computer that can handle the Civ 6 just came out or 5. Yeah. I'm gonna totally pick that up and play those again because those are fun.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
I always wanted to play those, but just never really got to it. I don't know.
Not my style.
Civ games. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
They're kind of all over the place.
We'll keep it in chronological order, I guess.
Are we gonna try? I try to anyway. Yeah. I'm sure it'll branch out into like everything. Yeah. So eventually.
So early, computer games. Anything else as far as like? I mean, there's some like the Fantastic Machine games, early Mac games, where you ever play those like the puzzle where you can kind of create your own little like pulleys, levels and stuff like that. And
no, is that like
I remember those. Yeah.
It was like one of the early Mac. I remember playing like the old like the Mac Labs.
What was that game called?
I think it was like the Fantastic Machine, the Amazing Machine, or something like that.
Is it like a
I remember playing it in Mac 2, whatever.
Yeah. And you can basically it's like a marble, and then you have to get the marble to a goal, and you can kind of create your own level and do your own thing.
Well, I remember doing something like that. You build a pulley to lift this much weight to get it to here, or some bullshit like that. But I forgot what the fuck that game was called.
That's cool though.
But yeah,
it's my game.
Well, yes, Super Nintendo.
Oregon Trail though.
Oregon Trail.
Sorry. You don't really customize. You name your people.
I know. I'm just saying Oregon Trail's awesome.
But I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, you can name your people, and then those people die.
You can etch their name. You can etch their name into the tombstone.
That might make it more, emotionally attached. It helps, right?
Oh no!
It made a difference.
I think it was always funny, like going and you finding someone else's grave. You just passed by this person's grave. Yeah, that was awesome.
But yeah, moving along. Super Nintendo. I guess like the first big creation game that I kind of recall. I didn't get much experience playing it, but I remember the phenomenon of Mario Paint.
I enjoyed Mario Paint.
It wasn't like necessarily the painting though, was
No, painting is a clever term because you can only use your mouse, and I only know like 3 people who are actually remotely decent with mouse art.
Yeah.
But you can also do animation in it. You make because they had the stamp maker where you make pixel art, and then you can do animations.
Oh, cool.
And you can watch people do it like YouTube videos of their animation. And they're like some kick-ass animation. Huh. You also can write music, which
that's what I've seen the most of.
But they actually made a separate mod for that you just use on your computer.
Oh, cool.
And people have done full songs, and then someone spent a whole I assume many hours on the Nickelback song, and I'm just like, why?
What song?
Probably that one.
What?
You know that Nickelback one?
The one that sounds like everyone's song they ever put out.
You should find that song and put that right here. I want to know.
It's just but the sound. I guess it's more listenable when you hear the Mario noises.
Yeah, it's like.
But it's so.
Yeah, that was
meow. Yeah, I remember them.
The cat meows. Yeah, I mean that was interesting though. Mario Paint. It was kind of big. I mean it was.
It's huge. It's totally big.
The peripheral, the mouse.
I try to remember. I think I had a friend of mine had like a VHS tape.
Did he record himself?
Yeah, of doing other things. But this was about Mario Paint. He showed me. It was they were at some convention or something. Some dude was painting in Mario Paint, and he
good.
To the extent of that, I guess.
Like Bob Ross live painting.
Yeah, it was good. He painted some happy clouds. No, he painted him and his dad when he was a kid, and his dad he painted them in Mario Paint while they were there, and it looked pretty crazy, very pixely, but it looked good.
It looked like them.
Yeah, so that was nice.
I would like to see this because I'm intrigued.
I have to remember who showed me that, but they're close by.
Being good at Mario Paint is like being good on Etch-a-Sketch. Like, do you ever see those people who do etches?
Oh my
photorealistic.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Stuff.
Much props.
The Etch-a-Sketch. Were there any other games that took advantage of the Super Nintendo mouse peripheral?
I don't think so. Even one.
Right?
I don't think
Couldn't even.
Because that was like Nintendo licensed.
Did they have like
a
fly game? Yeah,
it was a bonus game.
Yeah.
That was a great game. That was so much fun.
That's like the only good game in that.
I guess kind of around the same time, kind of. Do you guys remember the Game Boy Pocket's camera?
And the printer.
The printer. There's some creation. There's some kind of game built in with that stuff. You could take snapshots of people's faces, and they had like a very rudimentary shooter game.
When the Game Boy camera came out, this is a crazy story.
I
Game
bought
Boy-
in. I totally bought in. I had the printer.
I think it was a Game Boy
Goddamn.
Color camera, because wasn't there more than one Game Boy camera?
It was the color camera because it had. I remember the first launch had like 4 different colors. It was right around the Pocket came out because it had the red, green,
so
yellow,
originally
blue.
that came out, and Rare had the idea of you being able to take a picture of yourself and your friends, and then pasting them on in perfect dark, and you could be characters in perfect dark. But then Columbine
I think I remember
happened,
this. I think
and they
I
were
remember.
afraid kids would take pictures of their teachers and go around killing the teachers. First off, who the fuck would come up with that terrible idea?
Yeah.
And it's sad that we're in a society where people are afraid of that. But could you even imagine how like crazy? I mean, it would be pixelized faces, but
Yeah.
still that would be insane.
Well, I mean, how good did it look?
Oh no, it's not good at all. It's super. It's 64. Are you kidding me? It didn't look good at all.
And not only that,
But
like
still.
the fidelity of the Game Boy camera itself was like dot matrix
What was
style.
the pixel ratio?
Oh, awesome.
7
Yeah.
pixels.
Yeah, you could like print out the size of a little
Stamp.
literal stamp,
Yeah.
black and white.
Gotcha.
But it was cool though. I mean, it was cool. I remember. I think it was like a freshman in high school, taking pictures in the back of the class, just actually doing stickers. It was pretty tight. Dude. I had my little printer. I had my.
How
fucking,
loud was the printer?
It was.
Please tell me the dot matrix.
It was pretty loud actually. But it was.
Was
weird.
it battery based?
It
or
wasn't
did you
ink
plug it in?
based. It was like laser based. It had like this weird
It's a
paper.
heat paper.
Yeah, so it basically kind of burned the image.
Was
into
it
I think so.
did you have to plug it in or did you use batteries?
Batteries.
Wow.
Yeah, like 6 AA batteries. And it was,
Wow.
dude, portable photo studio. Like this is like 98, 99, bro. I
This
was
is
like,
before
fuck it.
people did
It's
selfies.
tight, dude. It was awesome, man. And then like,
Please
you could
tell
do-
me you did selfies.
Sexting would totally
did.
be different if that got
I did,
popular.
bro.
Could you imagine? You have a handful of paper in your pocket. Dude, you gotta see these.
on my AOL Instant Messenger profile
Like,
picture had a
inch by
very.
inch.
Dude, do you see this? Is that her dimples? No,
Yeah.
man, that's her face.
But all joking aside, like there was some cool like games built into it, little fun little things. You
That's
use some
neat.
animation stuff. It was cool. Creating.
It was interesting and very maybe ahead of its time.
Yeah, I would say. It was.
It's certain aspects. They still have. There are other. I mean, like, there's cameras on the 3DS, and
yeah.
there wasn't a camera on the DS, right?
I don't know. I think there
No.
was.
I don't know. That's
DSi?
probably one of the most portable,
Yeah.
portable kid-friendly cameras they
Yeah.
had in a long time. Because up until our cell phone generation,
Yeah.
having a camera on you wasn't a typical thing.
And it just looked
True.
cool. It had like you can like rotate the camera, it matched your Game Boy Pocket. It was fun.
Sweet.
Nostalgia. Game Boy. Anything else? I'm trying to think of. Not really.
I can't tell you one Game Boy game that was customizable.
Yeah. 'Cause I mean, like,
You bored over there, buddy?
it's
About Game Boy, yes.
Customized. Fuck it.
I don't know. Game Boy wasn't my jam.
I like to think of it as a combination of the heat and the.
Yeah, that's
the
probably
inside,
it.
right? Moving along.
Let's get to the
See,
good stuff. Let's get to wrestling. Come on now.
Yeah, wrestling. We're in the PlayStation, Nintendo 64 era of gaming.
Are we already there already?
Kind of, yeah.
Was there anything else like Super Nintendo?
I jumped ahead. My Super Nintendo was Mario Paint, unless you guys. there's SimCity released stuff for the Super
Yeah.
Nintendo. This is more our experiences with
Okay,
creation.
okay.
I think if we frame it like that,
Yeah.
That we can just go on all
Yeah.
over the
our
place.
glaring omissions we
let's
could
go
look
back
over.
to the
Yeah.
obvious. The wrestling games. For
Yes.
N64, the
Yes.
was it Aki Games? I forget how to pronounce their name, but
I want to say the THQ were my first ones.
yeah, well, it's THQ and the other company. THQ published it,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
AKI made
Yes,
it.
yes, 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 yes.
So they had your own custom build ones, and my brother would spend hours just making like everyone he knew. He made the A Team, and it looked like spot on A Team. So we do like a Royal Rumble with the A Team.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so much fun. And then he also made like all his bosses at work. I used to work at a grocery store, and he had all of them. They'd be like, and all our friends would come over after working at the grocery store. We'd come over and we'd just have huge Royal Rumbles and just be like, oh no, here comes
Yeah.
John Brown. He was the owner of the place, and just lay the smackdown. Oh, it was so ridiculous. Like we had so much fun being ridiculous.
The first couple ones, I think it was like
My
WCW versus NWO
Yeah.
Revenge. You could literally you could just rename them, and then you could actually just change their clothes, kind of. But then eventually, once like the processing power
Yeah.
caught up, creative player modes got really like advanced. I think like Warzone or different ones.
Yeah.
Those were like the Acclaim ones for the PlayStation. Not a good game engine.
I love that game engine. I don't know how much it holds up. I have to
the
play again.
attitude,
But
yeah.
I loved it during. Oh, wait, the Acclaim ones? No, fuck the Acclaim
Yeah,
ones.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I meant like the THQ ones.
Oh yeah, those to
Those
this
were
day
so good.
are still playable.
Those when we went to the swap meet. I told you buy this game, and you bought them.
Yeah, I bought them.
We're gonna play them.
And
They're
made that little
so
girl
much
cry,
fun.
So it's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, do we
So, yeah.
tell how
yeah,
bad you
yeah,
were
we
that
did.
girl? Okay,
we
good.
wouldn't know.
Okay, so what was really cool about that stuff though is because
Yeah.
this was like the dawn of popular internet and everybody had internet at this point. Like this is like it wasn't like
It's
cable
99,
yet.
2000.
Yeah, it wasn't cable yet, but no, I mean like schools had cable, but like a regular person. But you could go on websites and find people who made the custom characters. Like this is how you make this character.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
can print it out and then go home and put in all the information. And it would make that character, and it was pretty fucking spot on. Like this character, and what was really neat. Later on,
I like it.
you could customize your special moves too. Like you didn't just
Yeah.
make yourself. You could pick out of the list, or then there's extra moves that they put in the game, the developers, that nobody actually used, but they were like ridiculous moves. You're like, I want that one, like the double jump kick.
Silly, over the
Yeah.
top.
Oh, they were
stuff,
so
right?
over
Yeah.
the top,
Yeah.
and you can customize your taunts and stuff, and they were like the dumbest fonts.
Right.
Dumbest taunts. Oh my god, it was so great. It's so-
Actually, that's gonna be episode 14, typography in video gaming.
Perfect.
Save it.
and that's great for
FYI, people, we're all graphic designers.
a typography podcast. That's
Holy shit.
How inside baseball is that?
No, yes, but it's completely based on audio. You know how hard it would be to describe just
I know,
typography?
Now imagine the
God
sans
damn.
serif font, the apex of the
Oh,
X line.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
I'm more of a slab man.
Okay. So wrestling games,
Current-
absolutely. You know what? For me too, in that era, that was like NBA Live 98, 97. I'll hit it real quick. These games were first getting introduced. They just started. You can create your own teams, create your own logos, and basically, I would do the equivalent of that. Create all my friends. Basically, have our 5-man team. Create the custom logo. Create the whole world, and just do your season
Now,
mode.
when you're creating a
That was
logo, would you create? Would
I
you,
use. Go ahead.
would you be creating something like you made yourself, or like did they have like a bunch of different things and you just put it together? Like
I use the term create very loosely.
Okay, I'm
rather
gonna
than
assume what I
say-
just
It was
the
basically-
latter, right?
Yeah, you're just selecting different shapes, and then you kind of like. I think there's like shapes and colors, basically.
Okay.
You can design the colors of your jersey. That was it.
I,
At this
I-
point in history.
I really enjoy games where you can put your friends in it and you
Yeah,
play
dude.
as your team.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Actually, there's a Game Boy Advance game which is originally it was Super Dodgeball NES, but then in the later ones they redid them and they were in color. But you could play Super Dodgeball, and my team was all my friends from high school. Like, and we were unstoppable. We beat the USSR. Ooh, that's how good we were.
Goddamn.
One might argue that might be.
How long ago was this?
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance.
Back in the US.
I had the white game like before they had the SP. That's how old it was.
Yeah. Precursor to online gaming. So basically, you're creating your friends in your own game. Playing.
Awesome.
Not really at all.
I have to find my DS so I can play that game again. Oh, the game's so good.
Yeah. Keeping in the PlayStation era. I always wanted to play these games. I never did. The Fighter Maker, RPG Maker games. They were kind of like limited released, very expensive when they came out. Do you guys have any experience with these?
No.
We know of them,
I knew
right?
kids who had them and who were like these are like the super Final Fantasy kids who are like, I love RPGs. I'm gonna spend all this
Yeah.
time right, and you're like, okay, you do that because
Yeah.
in order to make a solid product with any of those,
Yeah.
you have to really put hours in.
Hours upon hours, write dialogue, do all this.
Yeah, it's
I
just-
missed this one.
No, it's not-
So many. But it was cool that they like at that time period because this is still you don't have the tool set that they have nowadays. That
Yeah.
kids were still busting out amazing shit left and right, man.
Yeah, but it's for you had to like dedicate some hardcore time. Like these kids
Yeah.
would spend like all night long making, this one little change or one little thing trying to.
RPG Maker specifically looked like it
Yes.
would just take fucking ages to make. And even if you're spending all that time, you are kind of limited to a pre-select sprite list, and there's only certain kind of assets you can create. So, I mean, to make that jump...
Well, I think the same thing was like to the Fighter Maker too.
Yeah.
It was like a mixture of like Tekken's stuff and Street Fighter. So it's like people who threw
Super
fireballs, like, and it just
looked-
I don't think it was.
The engine looked kind of like not
It
good.
looked like shit. So it was pretty bad.
So we missed on
Anyone
those.
I've talked to who's fucked around with those things were just like these
Yeah.
are horrible. So
Yeah.
no bueno.
Hence why they didn't really make a lasting impression in the game ether.
And I
So
was
there's
like,
no anymore. Like
Yeah.
there's none anymore.
Fighter Maker what? Who?
I think all those people who used that once were like, just go make a game. And then they make the games that we're all playing now,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
was probably the best thing that's ever happened.
Hells yeah, dive kick baby.
Okay. So,
Oh, sorry.
I feel you. So, I mean, PlayStation N64 era, I mean, we're kind of reaching the ending of our experiences with game creation.
Well, I don't know. I
customization.
mean, I guess we're just kind of keeping this really loose on
Very loose.
creation or whatever the hell we're going
Yeah.
here. I mean, there's a lot of different things too. I mean, I still gonna say we can go to Tekken, like so shit like that, like just the characters that like being able to customize all this shit. Like Tekken's pretty in depth on there.
Like your moveset?
So we're talking like
Yeah,
Tekken 1, 2.
Most like the character customization, like
How you look.
Yeah, mostly just how you look. Like you go like go as far as depth like the type style of hair. Like you can have him be like the main character be Jin, but he does not look like Jin at all. Like he'll have like white hair with a ponytail and like
Do you have to name them?
blue eyes and whatever. I think you can even eventually go in and just name them or whatever.
That's
So
cool.
they can go like hardcore in depth of different like types of shoes, everything. So it's like it's pretty super hardcore in depth. I'll use that over and over and over again. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
All right. And when did they introduce this stuff? Because I don't remember any of that stuff for
I
Tekken.
think it started coming around Tekken 5
Oh, wow, so-
or 4.
It's like 360 or something. PS2.
PS2? Yeah. I think PS2 era. when it
Let's
started
jump there.
rocking
PS2, PlayStation 2. We're
Yeah.
there now.
along. Sure, why not? Fuck it.
Well, I mean, PlayStation 1, Harvest Moon, is that like a creation game? No, not at all.
That's more like, here's a job, you're going to do it no matter what. I mean, you can customize where
Do
you're going
your
to plant
job.
your potatoes, but let's be honest,
Yeah.
you're still going to plant potatoes.
Well, fuck. Let's go back to like PC mods and
Yeah.
Okay.
like earlier stuff like we were talking
Doom
about
stuff
Doom.
and Unreal mods are one of the and Gary's mod. We
Yeah, I was
wouldn't
gonna
have
say-
half an industry without that.
Jesus Christ. Well, what's Gary's mod?
Gary's mod is the mod from how's that game?
Counter Strike.
Counter Strike, and that's what
Yeah,
they made
sorry.
Team Fortress from.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. That's how we got
And-
on it.
I wasn't
The
I wasn't
breaks.
super into computer games at that point,
Yeah.
so I've never played Counter Strike.
Yeah. I want to say a little bit before then. I remember my cousins were really heavily into like Duke Nukem 3D, and I think there was like a
I
Duke
remember
Nukem
that.
3D online multiplayer community for a while.
I
Like
think
there's a
there were, yeah.
couple like creative maps being made. Like I remember like Ham Hill was like one of the first maps you would always download, and it was basically you just climb this hill with like hordes and hordes of ham. Pig cops attacking you.
It's
So
very
you just
nice. Oh, okay.
mow 'em down.
I think the best way to
Nice.
tell if the creation of a game is really good is when you see the world 1-1 that someone recreated.
All right.
Because that's the saying. That
Yeah.
just says, yes, this is a good system. You can make anything.
Ah, god damn it. Like
Everyone
there's
does
a
that.
world 1-1 on like every
When
customized.
LittleBigPlanet came out, within an hour of that release, there was
Yeah.
a 1-1.
I'm sure there was a few, but it was like the race to get the first one published.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably what it is. That's always what it is.
So
I think like Quake was like one of the very first
yeah,
ones
Quake is
to,
huge.
to
in
get
the-
like
in the
mod,
levels.
like hardcore mod stuff, especially like multiplayer and stuff. People
Yeah.
were able to change their skins and do like crazy shit with them too. So rock and rolling on that.
rock and roll. So yeah, I was never much of a
PC gamer?
Yeah. I
No?
missed out on one of those. Yeah, I really wasn't. No. Because I was gonna say, I mean, kind of, not really though, but like more customization, like the Command and Conquer, the Warcraft style of game. You might be able to be construed as a customization. You build your hub, your base how you want it. You build your soldiers. You attack. That's very loose. I'm stretching. Stretching.
Suck.
So not really. But yeah. Moving on.
All right, yeah. Moving along. I mean, we can do. I think like the latest Twisted Metal game that just came out recently. Came out like 2 years ago or whatever. There was some hardcore customization of that game, surprisingly. I think the developers, they put out like a PSD file that you could, a Photoshop file, people,
you go.
that you could customize textures for the vehicles and just kind of make whatever the hell you wanted. If you had Photoshop or you had the ability to change any sort of files like that. So I did a couple cars. What's pretty cool is it worked out pretty good too. Like you just design on the layers, say with your USB drive, put that shit in your PS3, upload, bam.
Nice. I guess that's kind of interesting. Let's talk about instances of importing real-world assets into video games. Like another example was for NBA 2K11. Actually, excuse me, FIFA. I'm going FIFA. The last one that came out, I think FIFA 12. You could go onto FIFA.com. You could take a photo of yourself, upload it, kind of map the eyes, map the nose, map the mouth.
Oh, that's cool.
And then on the server, it'll map it to your actual character on screen, and it did a fantastic job. It was actually pretty eerie, like how well it did it, because it was using high-res photography, and it was pretty cool. I mean,
That's badass.
Twisted Metal did that. Is there any other? We talked about Perfect Dark.
The other
Kind of
one
wanted to
that
do it.
kind of does this is if you play the original on Dreamcast Jet Grind Radio, Jet Set Radio, no
Oh,
Jet
yeah,
Grind,
I get it.
you can make your own tags, and you can put them on the server, and other people can download them. But They were crazy.
That sounds pretty cool.
And what sucks is when they re-released it, you couldn't do it anymore.
Really?
Yeah, they put the HD out, and you can't even do it anymore.
Dreamcast before its time in a lot of respects.
Oh my god, yeah, I love the Dreamcast.
Hardcore.
I remember when the 360 first came out. I don't know if you guys remember any of the hype and the hoopla about, like, I think they were using like Tony Hawk specifically, how you could create, shops in gaming, so you can kind of create your own store. I think it was like Reality Girl or something. You can be Reality Girl, and then you have your own shop to where you can make your own shirts with your own custom designs and sell them on the marketplace. So it's going to be this whole big idea.
That's huge now, man.
Do you remember that stuff? When
I don't remember that in Tony Hawk.
Yeah,
I just remember
never,
the open world concept of
Never
you
panned
can
out.
be skiing.
Yeah.
Or didn't it pan out as well as they wanted it to?
It did other things like Steam now. The people who make hats,
Yeah,
are making. I think the one person finally made $1 million, like from selling
that's
hats.
insane, dude.
Now is it like his
We're in
custom
the wrong
designs?
business.
Like that's the people who do Second Life, who have stores in Second Life who just sell digital goods, and that's what they do for a living is sell digital
Yeah.
goods.
Is Second Life still around?
Apparently,
Holy shit.
It's a pretty niche community, but it seems like there's a huge like back end monetization. People
Yeah,
make money.
people
and
are making
there's
money.
a real economy in Second
It's
Life.
gonna look great on your resume.
You guys want to get in on this? What the hell are we
money,
doing
bro.
here?
No.
The fuck?
I don't even know how do you even get into that?
We can't get anybody to leave a
look
review
into
on
that.
this podcast.
Yes,
and
let's
we can
look
donate.
into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one I want to talk about,
Yeah, please.
'cause I always thought it was incredibly interesting, was the Mii's. When Nintendo introduced the Mii's,
Me.
they gave you a very simple palette set. You have very limited choices, but the ability that the community has to make amazing things out of the limits is just jaw-dropping.
Yeah.
You could go to your Mii parade and just look at what people have done. And I used to just go like once a month just to see the new stuff. Like people made Zoidberg, Bart Simpson, and they did it out of all these like little tiny things.
Yeah.
And
It's
you're
kinda-
just like,
yeah, it's
how
crazy.
did they even come up with this remote concept? And they're flawless. Like these people just are amazing.
Yeah.
And I think I like when you get little choices. Like when you get overly designy, like they give you too much. Yeah, I think you end up not getting the best product. But what people are able to get out of the Mii, a thing that you'll never really use. Let's be honest, your Mii is kind of stupid, but people have made
Sure.
amazing things out of it.
Yeah, I think it's if you limit them to how much they can use, like their
It's make it
imagination
even
goes
better.
wild. It's like, all right,
Oh.
well, what the fuck can we do to
Artificial
get
limitations.
fucking rocket?
Yeah, problem solving.
They
to the
definitely
nth
push the
degree.
boundaries like hardcore. So like I've run into people like this guy who's named Goat. He used his eyebrows and turned them hardcore and like went way above his head, so it looked like horns coming out of the top of his head. It was really fucking cool. I was like, how the fuck did you do
Yeah.
that? Like, I see.
Yeah, I remember. I think that was like might have been a testament to not being many games out when the Wii launched. Because I remember when the Wii first came out, that was huge. I remember just seeing like websites putting out videos of just
Yeah.
hey, check out stuff that we put together.
I think you're probably right because there's 2 games came out, and then there was that one game that came with a controller that everybody bought because they wanted a free controller.
what game was
Wii
that?
Play
We
something. It was like the fishing game or something.
Yeah, it was always dumb
compilation.
games.
It was
Yeah,
actually-
the
it
launch was
actually
brutal,
the
man.
title.
It was like Red Steel came out. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not a good
but
game.
yeah. So I mean, Mii's Xbox gave their best attempt at copying. right?
No, you cannot be creative in that. You don't have the options to be as ridiculous as you are to make something amazing.
It kind of,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's like PlayStation, PS3 has their own thing, like it's home.
Yeah.
And no one really goes there. It's pretty much ghost town. Well, it seems that way, but there is a big community.
It's
out
huge
there.
in Europe.
Yeah, it's a pretty big community still. I mean,
Go figure.
we don't really go in there. I go in every now and then just to whatever look around. But
Yeah.
Um,
and in home, it's more.
it's not. It's, what I was trying to get to is like what he was saying about the Microsoft avatars or whatever. Like you can like customize your character like clothes and hair, color of hair, whatever like that. But like it doesn't seem as creative because you got like so many options to change.
No.
Than like the Mii. It's crazy seeing people go crazy and make crazy ass shit. I've seen people like make aliens on their Mii's and it looks really fucking cool.
Yeah. The thing that kind of pisses me off too about Microsoft is like they sell
Everything.
shit. They sell shit for your avatar. It's like,
Oh, I know.
It's like, hey, it's
Oh.
like, why be creative and create like a really cool avatar thing when you can
Just
when
buy
they
it.
force you to buy a shirt for like 250 points? Like, hey, buy a fucking jersey shirt.
Get back into microtransactions here.
I do like when you get achievement rewards, like you get a T-shirt for beating a game for free.
They,
like,
I noticed they just
do
started
like
doing that. Yeah.
Like I got one for the Mark of the Ninja because I'm a badass.
But I mean, go ahead.
Oh, so they do that a lot with home and stuff like that too. There's a couple.
Yeah,
of
but the
games.
3 people who see it aren't going to be all
Yeah.
impressed.
Well, not necessarily. That
I mean, Europe's
sometimes
pretty big.
sometimes I have some
a lot
stuff
of
on it.
people
People are like, "Holy shit, where the hell did you get that? Or how'd you get that?" So I'm all constantly typing and telling them what game to play to beat or what to do to get a certain clothing article or whatever. So
Yeah. And then, like, I don't know, like, Microsoft specifically, you really can't do anything with your avatar. I mean, you're, like, locked to the interface, the UI, and occasionally a game will come out that you can, like, it copies your avatar thing, but it's not, like, your avatar. It's not, seamless as, like, the Nintendo platform with, Mii's and stuff. Home looks interesting. I don't know.
yeah,
It seems like-
it's interesting. Not too bad. I mean, there's some cool stuff on there. If you want to see some cool stuff, check out my girl Just Tara on YouTube. She actually puts videos out of home, and like a lot of stuff like that comes out.
And they're good.
Yeah, not bad actually. So she just kind of just shows off the customizable stuff in there. So like our new stuff is coming out, new clothing, new shit like that. So not too shabby. Not too shabby.
I think in the current generation, the best games that have customized would be LittleBigPlanet. LittleBigPlanet. That's another creative community where sometimes the creators just do fail to compare to the stuff you can make. Things that people have made have just been mind blowing, especially with the second one when they added all those different things where you can make shooters and all kinds of other crazy games. Mm-hmm. And the platforms alone were just super creative. And then once again, they made 1-1 right away.
Of course. But yeah, it was definitely fucking awesome to seeing where people's imaginations were gonna go. Like you said, you've seen people make like FPS, games on fucking LittleBigPlanet 2. And like holy shit! Like
so you can actually like change the genre.
Yeah, you could change like the view and everything. I seen people make the first level of Doom.
Wow.
In that, and it looks crazy. It's awesome. So, or even like making like a shooter, like a side-scrolling shooter or a space shooter type game, like Asteroids or shit like that too. So it is fucking awesome seeing people. I guess if you do give them a lot of tools, it is awesome to see where they're gonna go. Even if you give them limited amount of tools, it's awesome to see where they're gonna go. So.
Yeah, because I mean, like a game like LittleBigPlanet, if it releases, sells X amount of copies, millions of copies, you gotta think, what's the ratio of actual quality content being created? Do you think?
Oh,
do people actually
not
like?
Good.
And in order to like the experience when you're playing LittleBigPlanet, is it easy to find when you go in? Is it hard to like navigate?
No,
through
they're
the
easy to
ocean
find
of
because they're
shit?
rated. That's the best thing they do.
Yeah, they're pretty rated. Yeah,
It's like top 10 downloads.
Sweet.
And normally the top 10, you want to download all those.
Yes, they're fucking awesome. I think there are like search options and shit like that too. So
Yeah, because
I think they have like over like 1 million levels people have created.
Yeah, so that's
Over.
pretty cool.
So that's like a ton.
A lot of options, pretty cool. So it seems like was it successful, LittleBigPlanet?
I actually don't like LittleBigPlanet because I have a huge issue with the jumping. Like I hate how the jumping feels. Like it's so lofty. I hate it, but I love watching videos of it on the internet.
It's beautiful.
And I'm glad there's a thriving community making amazing things.
Yeah, and that community is huge. Like they're constantly pumping out stuff. So I think it's pretty successful. No, fuck it, why not?
The other one on PS3 that I'm a huge fan of, which I still need to pick up and I haven't done it yet, but is ModNation Racers, which has the most atrocious load times you'll ever play for any video game. But the creation are just mind-blowing. So you can go into the download shop or whatever it's called, just where people made different characters. And the first time I got the game, I downloaded like 30 characters and 30 cars, because you can make your own cars and make your own characters. I downloaded like all the Ninja Turtles, RoboCop, like all these licensed characters, tons of, and then I got all the matching cars to go with them. Got the A-Team van, the Turtle van, RoboCop's car, the DeLorean.
And they all like drive different.
RoboCop's car.
It was so great. And then I downloaded some tracks, and they have such great tracks. Like the game is so good. I can't wait to see what they do next. That company.
Yeah, that's like PS exclusive, right?
PS3 exclusive, yeah.
I remember seeing that from
minus just the terrible load, the game is so much fun.
Yeah, I enjoy a good like a fun racer too.
Yeah,
And
I love this kind of stuff. Like Mario Kart games are great, and they just do a great spin on it. And they have really clever weapons. So how the weapons are different is, say you collect this thing that's a level 1 warp, you collect another one, you get a level 2 warp, so you go further. And if you collect a third one, you actually teleport you further in the level, so you just bypass huge amounts. So that's really clever, I thought. It was just a fun take on the red shell type and the dynamic of a typical game.
Yeah, like a game like I really wanted to love, modern creation game was just the Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts, for no other reason than the creation looked really cool. If you see like the creator,
Did you like it?
physics heavy, you can do all these different options, create your car and stuff. got into it, and they just really bogged the game down with like single player story mode, and it was just really hard to get to that part, and thus I never really got into it. So I might give it another shot, but
Honestly, it
looked like it was gonna be cool, but I don't know. I might get there eventually.
I mean, everyone knows I'm not really a fan of Xbox, blah, blah, but I mean, I was seeing that game. Just based on the game and just the way it looked, I was just like, it looked kind of lame to me. Just the way they put the vehicles when you're putting this stuff together.
It was very
they weren't really like they weren't cool looking or anything. They were just like it looked like someone had like a I don't know, like a floor and to put wheels on it. It's like this big ass. It's like a house on wheels or something. It didn't look like, wow, this is really cool. It just looks really lame to me. Like I said, it's like a floor of a house with the wheels on it. And you're just like on this big old fucking. I don't know. It's horrible. It didn't look good to me at all. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Do you
Come
know
on.
what the worst creation of game was? Concept.
Okay.
Was in Kingdom Hearts 1. Have you played Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, a billion years ago.
I played the second one.
Okay,
So
they got rid of it in the second one.
Okay,
But in the first one, you had to make a gummy ship that you had to build with the pieces, because when you go between the different planets or the worlds, you had to do like space shooter parts, and you're supposed to spend this time with Chip and Dale to build your stupid ship, and it was so dumb. Like, it was so dumb and a waste of time that they got rid of it in the second one, because they're like, nobody's enjoying this.
Yeah.
It was just tedious and stupid, and no matter what, your ship looked fucking retarded. Like, it was just so dumb. I was so glad. And with the new one coming out, I hope they have because they're doing the HD one now.
Yeah. Did you play Nuts and Bolts? Did you
No.
see those vehicles? I'm just saying.
Oh, I've seen the
Come on,
videos.
bro.
I've seen
I'll
the
defend
videos.
him, bro. That was a shitty looking level. Yeah, there were some cool looking levels.
All right, as long as you said it was shitty yourself. All right.
No, I said the one that you described was shitty, but there were some cool examples.
I'm
That's
sure
why I was
people
excited
were able
about
to
it.
make something good out of it.
That's why I
but
purchased it, and that's why I've talked about it several times. So.
All right, wait.
I think you
Eat
should
a dick,
drop
bro.
the mic and punch him.
We're gonna go at it.
It's hot enough.
No, but that was terrible. Like, just
Now, was it? You said Gummy Bears was the officially licensed?
no, not gummy bears.
Bear
It
property?
was called just a gummy ship.
Oh, okay. You got me excited.
It was just. I love gummy bears. What did we learn from the gummy bears?
Uh,
How do you solve a problem from that show? Do you know?
You guys
I don't remember. I don't even think I watched that show.
The cartoon, right?
Yeah. You know, this is how they tell you to solve a problem. Get drunk and jump around.
That seems to solve a lot of problems.
Apparently.
I'm solving my problem right now.
There you
more
go.
bourbon over here.
Take some bourbon. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, I don't know. Where do we go from here? Live pouring going on in real time.
Awesome. Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Oh.
We're
We're talking
Kingdom
about
Hearts and the
gummy
gummy
bears.
ship.
You don't remember the gummy bears jumping here and there? We are the gummy bears. It was awful.
I remember. I'm trying not to
lived under a
remember.
waterfall or something. in
I
the
thought they lived
cartoon?
in a tree. I could be wrong. I don't remember the show.
either.
I just
It's all
remember the
about Care
jumping up and
Bears.
down.
Fuck Care
Care Bears stare.
Bears.
Let's talk about Skyrim mods.
Skyrim mods.
Yes.
Dude.
Final
Skyrim.
minutes, off the cuff.
If
Skyrim
you have
mods.
time, just Google Skyrim mods. The Ninja Turtles one is one of my favorite.
Sounds awesome.
They were able to make the lizard characters into Ninja Turtles with bandanas, and they have shells. And the only problem is whenever you go to any town, right away they fight the guards. So it's very difficult, but they're just so cool. Like they're I think they're in Riften. They're in a bar
yeah.
in Riften. When you download the mod, you have to go to the bar. You pick them up in Riften, then you have to go to Blacksmith to make all their items, like their backpack and everything.
Do they have like nunchucks and everything?
Sadly, they don't have nunchucks,
Ah,
but they
I
can
don't
do
know.
2 swords and a bow staff type thing. But you know,
But they are turtles, though.
they're really lizard, but they look like turtles when they're modded.
I really wish they put the weapons in. That was so cool.
We'll look at it later. That's really good, and the Mario one's really good. They did a really clever Mario one.
How the hell that work?
They added all new assets to make it look like Mario. Just first-person Mario.
That's very nice. I've been seeing a lot of mods for Skyrim too, like that make it look like it's next gen type
Yeah.
stuff. Like they redid redid everything, the textures and stuff like that. Even the grass, like made it look like if your system could handle it, they make grass and it looks like pretty real. I mean, obviously if your rig can't handle it, you're gonna blow it up. But like even going to like blood and like the type of weapon, if you slash them with a sword, it's gonna look like a cut across.
Oh.
And like the way the blood splatters, or if you hit him with like a hammer or something, it's just gonna like explode blood everywhere. It's pretty fucking cool. Like it's and like the blood will splatter on top of this, against the screen on your face. So it looks pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, I like any game that has an open mod community, and when the developers are like, make shit.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that.
Make shit. We might internships. Internships. You work for us for free, and
And many people have got jobs
Yeah.
just for modding. Like that's how
Yeah.
they got into the industry.
I think
Hells
even
yes.
like the Portal, like the Valve people found the
Yeah.
girl who made Portal, or that team.
It was a
through-
team of students, and they made
Yeah, that's
something
right.
like,
Some mod or
we're going to
something.
take this and make it awesome.
Yeah.
And they did.
Oh, I love
So
Portal.
there you go. So there's hope. There's hope. Was it like any kind of what the hell's that game engine? The Unreal Engine 3. There's like a lot of mods. I remember going to the Art Institute of Las Vegas. People in the game development class would put together games.
That was awesome.
Did you guys play the like the first-person witch hunter game that came out around the time I think we all were in school? You guys remember that?
Which
Did
one?
they make it, or was
They
this a
made
real
it.
game?
It was like 3 levels they made, and basically it was like some magical castle.
Was it
first-person
awesome?
shooter. For what you would imagine coming out of the Art Institute video game program, it was pretty good. It was all right.
No, I never played
I
it.
don't
So,
know, yeah.
Yes.
Ironically enough, not much creating going on in the ALV game creation program.
Is that still around? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Um,
I think a cool game that came out, I think last year, was for the PSN called Sound Shapes. I'm not sure you guys heard of
That's
that.
a cool game.
Oh my god, the level creation of that. It's a side-scrolling platforming game / rhythm game, and oh my god, you have to look at some videos on that because holy shit, like people are creating, like you can create music and like
Yeah.
you're basically platforming to the music or the beats and stuff like that. It's so
And
awesome.
They made real songs like from other things.
Yeah, people made like you test out like what kind of beats per whatever the BPMs you want to do to what key you want to do the level in. So it gets super it's awesome.
I
It sounds
guarantee you, there's a Call Me Maybe.
Call Me Maybe.
it has to be. I'm
do you guys
doing-
remember the MTV music generator for PlayStation?
No.
Officially licensed, you remember that? It was pretty cool. It was like a loop-based program, but it came out for the PlayStation 1, and it had like preloaded with all these different loops, and you kind of track and mix your own song.
I
There you go.
remember that. Yeah,
Sounds cool.
Actually,
Sounds
I
cool.
remember that.
Random callback, but yeah. It was very like hip-hop EJ looped-based program for the loops. Anyways, coming close to the end, I mean, I feel good. I feel great.
Is there anything like in the
Heartbreaks? I mean, heartbreak.
Well, I mean, is there anything in the future coming up that you guys would like to see in like maybe like the next generation of games that would
I
want
want to see what the Mod Racers do next, just to see what their next game would be.
Yeah.
I'd hope it's a racing game, because that was so much fun. But they could do anything, because you know what? I don't know. I think the future of modding is still going to be on the computer first and foremost. And
Well, I mean,
I'm
even
excited
even
for that.
Well, even if like the power of like they're giving, that's gonna be inside like the Xbox One and PS4. You think they're gonna be able to finally give us more stuff we can deal with? Like like first-person shooter games gonna let people build like maps and shit for.
Yeah, like we kind
That'd
of
be
brushed
neat.
over it pretty quick. Xbox One had some stuff, like with Far Cry.
When you
and
say
then,
Xbox One,
I'm talking about the original Xbox release.
Ah.
Good catch. But yeah, but the beginning and ending of that creation was just basically dropping Tetris pieces that you can kind of walk through. Not much leveled creation going on. But-
it seems like this generation it kind of lagged. Like
Yeah.
PS2, Xbox, regular Xbox, and like you would be able to create stuff.
Yeah.
Like the time splitters, you could do shit.
Time
in there.
splitters, you can do that as well. You can kind of like make your own maps and stuff. Even like Tony Hawk specifically, Tony Hawk, PlayStation 2, Xbox, totally blew out the creative parks, just fully customizable. Next generation, Tony Hawk on 360, they pulled it back. Sports games, they're like removing features. It seems like it's
Yeah, what the hell happened?
More,
And,
more
like
resources.
now I'm thinking about it,
Yeah, I don't know.
like they kind of just pulled a lot of people's being able to customize the
Yeah.
games and shit. Just threw it out.
Yeah, so
This whole
Yeah.
generation is kind of
mean,
on that anyway, on the customizing.
these games are so expensive to make. Maybe not every game needs it, but I mean, I enjoy it.
Well,
I like a
people,
little-
there
I
are
like
people
that.
out there who like to do that stuff. So I mean, why not?
Yeah. So in conclusion,
Fuck!
I enjoy a little bit. Give me a little bit. Sprinkle like 5 to 10% of stuff I can create, customize, make me feel like I can make this world my own. I appreciate it. In wrestling games, the Oregon Trail. Let me rename my people. Kind of doesn't matter too much.
it's the
I don't
little
know.
things.
It's
right?
little things, right?
I hope
The
like
little things.
for the next games, like you can do voice samples or something of that, of like that, just to get a more people like real. You know what I mean? Like in the wrestling games, if you could do your own catchphrase, and when you're playing as yourself,
Yeah.
you could hear your dumb
You,
self.
you
It'd be
hear
so
yourself
great.
hear yourself do a taunt or something.
Yeah, it'd be so great.
That would be fun.
Import your own music.
Yeah.
So something to think about.
I don't see why not. Why they wouldn't be able to do that.
long as
Like,
they're
there
not-
might be some sort of shit. Like
I'm sure there's
rules or whatever. Yeah,
licensing
that's gotta be-
bullshit, but still,
No.
I want that ability.
Why not?
We'll
Come
see
on,
what
people.
happens.
See what happens.
All right. Well, to I guess finish it up, what would you like to see in the future? This one main thing from maybe a certain company or just something in general.
You know what? Let's see here.
I want it to be super specific. Want me to come back to you? All right, Ian, what do you want?
I want to be able to record it in audio and put it in games to make it
Perfect.
look ridiculous.
Custom voice,
Dean, how about you?
Give me a new, refined, new generation Tony Hawk.
Oh, I knew that was gonna.
Creative player. Give me a Tony Hawk NBA Jam 2K13 hybrid where I can skate to the parks, play street ball
While slamming dunk.
while doing dunk slams.
That'd be
All right, I'm
awesome.
done.
I'll just go. I want to be able to create maps again in FPS games. So
Yeah.
let's see what happens with that. Or actually, I really want to see what Media Molecule's up to as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Peace. Wait.
What?
Oh my god, it's a mess. We'll be back with some news.
It's hot in here.
It's hot and the rent is too damn high. Catch you
My
guys after the
God.
break.
Ersh. And welcome back to Dark Side of the Kingdom. We're finally coming down to the end. This is our news section.
News.
So, news.
Do.
Okay, earlier this week, surprise out of like Nintendo's camp, they put out fucking Earthbound, so it hit the eShop.
I love how randomly that was, but it's only for
Thursday?
Wii U.
Yeah, just for the Wii U.
Lame.
Nonetheless,
One might say dick move.
Earthbound is out.
Well, finally, there's an exclusive you want.
It is.
And it's how old? How old's the game?
A billion years old. That's fuck.
That'd be close to 20.
Probably 15 or so. Well, yeah, you're probably right. It's super old, but my God, that's like something everyone's wanting to get forever. Like,
I bet you Reggie is so excited so he doesn't have to answer that question anymore. When's Earthbound coming out, asshole?
it's out now, you assholes.
I wonder how they solved the problems, because a lot of it had to do with music. That's what they were afraid.
I don't think necessarily it was music, because it still has the same music.
Okay, good. I'm glad they didn't change
I
it.
think it was just trying to convert everything over or whatever.
Well, there was clearly songs that sounded like
I know,
Beatles
like
and
Beatles
Journey and all this other
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they, like I said, from people what I've read and stuff, they said all that stuff
Same
is still
thing?
in the
That's
game.
awesome.
So it's all still pretty much intact.
Earthbound does one of the best things that when you hit a certain level and random encounter characters see your level, they'll run away from you if they're weak. Or you can do an auto win. If someone hits you and you can automatically just beat them, like, yeah, auto win this bullshit.
Gotcha.
That's awesome.
Now, this is the first time it's ever been released in America, Earthbound, or
No, since the original Super Nintendo
Nintendo
release.
Yeah, if you have Super
So this
Nintendo,
is
you're ready to rock. But...
Super Nintendo version ROM out in the wild.
Yeah, Mother 3 has never been out yet, though.
Oh, I wish.
It was a Game Boy game.
That's something everyone wants
Game
to.
Boy Advance.
But rock and roll,
So
yeah,
cool.
you could pick it up on the eShop for $10.
It's a good
So-
price. I thought it was going to be more. That's good.
No, not too bad.
Iconic Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It was for like
RPG.
at least $60 on eBay.
So yeah, so people who have never played that game before, go pick it up. You got $10. Pick it up. And if you don't have a Wii U, buy one and play Earthbound.
Now, what are the chances of this being relaunched, rebooted the series as a new 3D game version? You think
Dude, if
that's
they
gonna happen?
did that, people would
I
buy
would
Wii
pick-
U's.
Right? I mean,
People would buy
so
Wii U's.
buy this game,
Well, that's-
and let's see if we can make this happen.
Isn't it like out of the series? Isn't that like there's Earthbound and then
It's Mother,
Mother?
2, and
Mother
then
3.
Mother 3 is the last one.
yeah? So I'm not sure how they could do that, but whatever.
Okay.
So
Cool.
Yeah,
Sign me up.
Yeah, I think that was around Comic-Con Day or whatever. Anyway, also during Comic-Con, Capcom announced a new Strider game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's being developed by Double Helix, and I think last time we saw Strider in his own game was back in 2000.
Was it a PS1 game?
Yeah, it's PS1. Yeah, and it came on the arcades as well. But everyone also has
a great
seen
game.
Strider in like all of the
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom series. A lovely character to play.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm a part of the Dark Side of the Kingdom Facebook page, and I checked out the video that you posted.
You like that?
Looks awesome.
You mean
It
that the
looks-
Dark Side of the Kingdom posted?
It looks great. Yeah, Dark Side of the Kingdom posted. I saw the video. Strider new. It looks fucking great. I mean, side-scrolling action platformer, kind of a sword, futuristic gameplay kind of thing going on.
Yeah, it's looking
looks
awesome.
Looks great.
I mean, he still has the scarf
Particles.
shit going on. Obviously, looks the iconic Strider look, but apparently, it's like a mechanic of the color of his scarf / mask thing he's wearing. It will depend on what kind of weapon or power you're using at the time.
That's cool.
In the trailer, you can see sometimes it's like yellow
Yeah.
and red. So I mean, it changes with the power you're going to be using. So it's gonna be rocking. It's gonna be hitting a PS3,
No.
PS4, 360, Xbone, and Steam
Nice.
early next year.
I'm excited for it. Did you guys
next
play?
year.
Ooh,
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah, it's not
Don't
that much
worry.
longer. Come on.
Remind yourselves. Set your timer now. Write it in the calendar. Remind yourself. Now, did you
Yes.
guys play Moondiver? Because it came out a couple months ago, 6 to 8 months ago.
Yeah, I played that.
It's basically the creators of Strider. Has some kind of like,
It's 4-player Strider-esque. It's weird.
but it's cool though. It's like, it was fun.
It's fun playing with people.
Novel attempt.
What's it on?
PS3 and Xbox.
Downloadable
What's it called?
title. It's called Moondiver.
Moondiver. No,
Yeah,
I
4-player action Strider kind of thing.
I'm gonna check
It's
it out.
neat, but I wasn't blown away when I played it.
Damn shame.
News.
But nonetheless, people should check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strider looks good.
Rock and roll. And I forgot to announce, we forgot to talk about this during the last podcast during the Evo. Capcom had their little conference thing there too, a little panel, and they announced that they're gonna be coming out with an Ultra.
Ultra. It's a new word for a new
and
game.
Ultra. They're
Combination
coming out with
Super and
Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Because they can't count to 5.
That's right. It's going to be coming out in 2014 as well. It's going to add 5 additional characters, 4 of which that are in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which are Hugo, Poison, Elena, and Orlento. And there's going to be one more mystery character, but they haven't said who it's going to be. But the only thing they let slip was it's going to be someone's, what the fuck am I trying to say? Like they're someone new to the series. So it could be like a new character altogether. So.
I am fingers crossed for Hagar because he hasn't been in a Street Fighter
Well,
yet.
they might as well because they got
Guile
Hugo,
and Cody.
Poison. Well, they got Hugo, Poison, and Rolento.
Yeah,
Those
they
are from the
should-
final.
that'd be great if Hagar was in it.
Yeah, I mean, I watched an interview with Seth Killian, and he didn't know, but people were asking him. He's like, he would like to see Hagar too. It'd be cool to see him fight
Yeah.
some geef action.
Poison looks cool. Hot shorts.
Which
like
one?
Hot shorts.
Which one?
I don't know. I just saw like
The man or the girl?
definitely the girl.
All right,
Definitely. I think right.
Which one's the man? Which one's the girl?
I think in the original final fight with Poison, when she was introduced, it was a transgender man.
Oh, so now it's a girl?
Well, in America, when it released, they turned into a woman. So, it's... I think...
You should go to,
in the Super Nintendo when they replaced all the women to men, didn't they?
no, there were still ladies there.
Really?
But now it was... I think where they were transgender.
Okay, good.
So anyway, whatever. Poison's a woman now,
Okay.
I think.
Post-op.
Sure, why
Okay,
not?
There you go. Why not? Okay.
It's a post-op. Rock and roll. Okay, and one of the most popular
Me, I'm the
game
good
of
in
the
English.
series. I am no good at words. Soul Calibur 2 HD was also announced.
Have they showed anything for it yet?
I don't think so. It's just announced.
I wonder if it looks good.
But it's going to be HD. It's going to have online support, which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
So
For my
people
money,
battle it up.
My money is my favorite Soul Calibur. I think Soul Calibur 3, they introduced character creation, so they kind of broke the system a little bit, got kind of like, not balanced.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur 2, for me, I played it on the Xbox, so I had Spawn, but like, the most balanced Soul Calibur for me, for my money, too, was
Who's
great.
your go-to character?
I am a Kalik Sungmina.
That is the right answer.
Rock and
Oh,
roll.
cool, I'll take it. Your character's
I'm a Khalik Taki.
good.
So you like Soul Calibur?
I'm not good at it, but I enjoy it.
Okay.
Definitive in the community. A lot of people, I noticed, the more older I get, a lot of people shit on the game. It's not like
It's
you're
not
popular.
I think
Fighter.
it's
It's
mostly
not-
more in the later games, I think.
Yeah.
The earlier games
I mean,
like more.
obviously, there's no presence at Evo for Soul Calibur, right?
There was last year. There was Soul Calibur 5. I don't think.
I
there was
love it.
one
I don't know. It's just
I think they have people on the side playing it.
Yeah.
the weapon
Well-
mechanic is. I enjoy that. But so
Yeah.
the HD version, is it like just a texture remake? Is there new features aside from the online fighting?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's just a nice remake. Like just working out the
'Cause-
textures and everything, so it looks nicer.
Cool. Hopefully, it's going to be in the widescreen format because they did
I'm
a
sure
similar.
it will be.
They did a similar.
It
thing.
has to be.
Well, they released Soul Calibur 1 on Xbox Live, and it's 4.3. So interesting. Yeah.
But I don't think they make a big deal about it. They just put
They
it
just
out,
gotta
right?
Shit it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. And everybody who's been wondering about NVIDIA Shield, it's finally going to be shipping July 31st for $299.
So that's locked.
What?
Because we were talking about the price. So it is locked.
A
$299.
lot of money.
Android exclusive platform. So you're looking at
What games they got?
Cut
other
the
than
Rope.
Angry
I think
Bird?
it's
Cut
yeah.
the Rope HD. You got Doodle Jump.
Well, you can be going. You can use it for Facebook, Google Plus. And
I'm gonna spend
Twitter.
$200 that's a non-phone to use it for that.
Well,
You could-
nonetheless, I mean, you still try something on
You
there.
get your game off.
It's
Game
portable.
Knocked off games.
What's the battery life?
I have no idea, but I do know it's gonna be having the Nvidia's Tegra 4. So that's the stuff that they're using that for. It does look nice though. So there are
Yeah.
some pretty games. Out
I
there.
saw it on display at CES a year or two ago, and it's a sexy piece of hardware. Are people? I mean, is there a market for it? I don't know.
I don't know. Honestly, I think it's gonna.
Yeah. Because I mean, the screen's cool. It's kind of built into the controller, but it is kind of built into the controller, so it looks weird. It's not exactly aesthetically pleasing to where you're going to take it out like a PS Vita and just it looks cool. Throw it in your pocket. It's
Yeah, like it doesn't.
It looks weird.
Like you take a Vita or you take a
Yeah.
3DS. They're all stylized and look cool.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like just an Xbox controller with a little TV on it, and it looks weird.
How big's the screen?
Probably a little smaller than a Vita screen.
so interesting.
I mean,
I
it
just-
like folds out.
I think it's gonna be like playing a Nomad with a fucking 32X on top of it. That's what's my opinion right there. Is that what it's gonna look like?
Top heavy. It's basically just picture like a PS controller with like a flip open lid on it,
It's more like an Xbox controller.
or an Xbox controller.
The
with a flip
360
open lid on
controller. I think. But yeah, I don't know.
It's a
about
lot of
that.
money.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So who knows how many people are going to be supporting that at all, really?
Is the Ouya doing good? I mean, the other
Still
go-to.
selling out, I think.
the
Yeah,
go-to
and
Android
it's only $100.
platform.
I mean,
How
why
many-
not?
Yeah. Is it
I think I might make the jump eventually one of these days because
the Ouya?
$100.
Yeah, dude, why not, man? I mean, fuck it. You don't want to talk about it, but if you wanted to, emulation could be good on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of emulation you could be doing and have everything you
That's
want.
the mod community again.
The mod community. But I do hear on the Ouya that there's some like interface issues, some lag, some
Well, it's not perfect.
not perfect.
Not perfect.
There you go.
But again, it's $100. Come on. Come on.
There you go.
We also have anyone play Hot Shots Golf World Invitational on your Vita? Anybody? Crickets? Well, people who did, it's finally coming. It's gonna be coming out on Tuesday for the PS3, July 22nd.
Who the fuck cares?
Hey, I'm just saying. It says something.
Come on, it's way too hot for the shit.
Hey, cross-buy DLC. So
Keep
rock
going.
and roll.
You're killing me here.
There's a game that came out a little bit ago. There's already an alpha version. It's free. You can download if you want. The concept's really cool. It's called Viscera Cleanup Detail. Basically, you're a janitor in like a spaceship who's cleaning up after like a big old space marines have gone through and killed aliens and all. So it's
Wow.
so it's like you're the cleanup crew after some FPS people ran through and killed everything. It's actually pretty funny. There's a video out of like a trailer of showing you like you have a mop. You got to go grab a mop and clean up like.
Is it first person?
Yeah, it's like
Oh my god, that makes it even better.
As a mop, you put on your gloves, you pick up pieces of bones and brains. You can mop up blood. It looks pretty fucking cool. You have to like clean out your mop.
Yeah.
It looks pretty funny. But anyway, the people that made it were RuneStorm. They're trying to put it out on Steam right now. The Greenlight, whatever the hell that thing is. They have, like I said, there's already an alpha version out. It's just free if you want to pick that up. But I think it's on like one level or two or whatever, a handful of. There's a $5 pre-order, and if you do, you get the entire game, which is gonna have more levels. Obviously, it's gonna be DRM free. So why the fuck not? $5. Interesting concept. We'll probably put a video of that up on Facebook so you can take a look at what that looks like. Looks pretty funny actually.
I
So.
appreciate original ideas. That sounds like one.
Rock and roll. Anybody into airplane games?
Flight sims?
Makes sense.
Sure. Why not?
No.
All right. If you're not, and if you are, Ace Combat Infinity. PS3 exclusive was announced, and that'll be coming out. Who knows? Fuck knows when.
Okay.
They just have like a little teaser trailer. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna go with it, but whatever. People do like that game, so check it out. Coming
Ace
soon,
Combat.
eventually.
Yeah.
And for the last note, how much would you guys pay for like a special edition of a game? What's the most you'd pay?
Maybe $100.
I know they get.
Maybe
I know they get.
$100.
Now, here's the
ridiculous.
thing. Now, there's one or two games that I love that I can see myself spending more money than I would.
Yeah.
Is this just an average game?
Hey, let's say okay for a
'Cause-
game you love
Okay.
that you love. You know they're putting a sequel or
Like
whatever.
a game that you
Sure.
Okay.
How much would you pay for like a special edition of that game?
I think the most I can with a clean conscience is like $89. I can't go over 100. I don't think.
It would have to be a very particular game.
Okay.
And like $100, but this would be like Shadow of the Colossus, and you get an art book and a statue.
Yeah, like
Okay.
real world benefit. There's some
Yeah.
like tacky design statue with it too. Maybe at work.
Rock and roll.
Okay.
Okay. Well, lovely people at Ubisoft
Uh-oh.
are making a new game that everyone should be knowing the name of. Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Coming out end of this year sometime. They announced a limited edition of the game for $129.99.
Now, is there 3 tiers? Is this like the maximum? Because I know
I think
Halo.
I think there is a bunch of
Okay,
different
Halo,
tiers,
Call of
but-
Duty have done similar package prices.
But nonetheless, this is the most expensive of the pack.
I don't know. I don't like it.
What do we get with this great pack?
Well, let me tell you.
Tell me.
So, you get a collector's box.
Holy fucking
Oh
shit!
my god, it's awesome. Okay, you get a soundtrack to the game, which is like the original score. You
I
also
have
get
a torrent. I can download torrent.
Yeah.
you get
Fuck it, bro.
you get a steelbook, a box of the game, which is kind of like almost standard now. A lot of people are just
Yeah.
putting that out. You get an art book.
Yeah.
But from what it looks like, I'm not sure if it's like The Last of Us had a nice edition of their survival edition, and their art book was actually like a full book. Like it looked like a book. It looked like a book. Like some stuff like Grand Theft Auto 4, they put a booklet too, and so did like Modern Warfare games. But they were like little tiny, almost like a CD jewel case.
And the thing with, I think,
Style.
Grand Theft Auto 4, they had like the lockbox, right? Or something. They had some
Yeah, that
cool
was
metal
cool. Which I have.
And, Fallout did the lunchbox.
lunchbox.
I have that as well, and I had the bobblehead
Yeah.
of Ballpoint.
So?
Anyway, so you get an art book, and you also get Aiden Pierce, which is the main character. You get his vigilante mask.
Oh, good. So I can wear it around.
If you want to, sure. And you can use it as a hanky, whatever. And you also do get a 9-inch statue of Aiden Pierce.
9 inches of Aiden. Fuck yeah,
Ladies?
I don't even know.
ladies.
9 inches of
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
A game that's never been released, and hypothetically,
I know,
we're all drooling over it. But if this was like 2, I would get it because it would have a fan base. But hypothetically, this could still suck horribly.
And you're going to be walking around with an
Like-
Aiden Pierce mask looking like an asshole.
It's like,
Now
where'd
what-
you get that dumb mask? Oh, it's $100,
You know, so-
$129 dumb
All right,
mask.
well, if you saw, okay, say the game did bomb, like it was really shitty.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, I can't believe this game actually sucked. I feel like shit. And you bought that, or you saw someone who bought that.
Yeah.
Only knew that because they're walking around with a mask on.
Well,
what would
yeah.
you think? What would you feel about that guy?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We just call him out.
That's like if they did a
Wow.
special edition for Superman 64 and you got like a cape and a Superman statue and,
No, I
a,
think
and
the-
a book,
I
and you're
think
like, you're an idiot.
You're not gonna see someone walking around with a
The
goddamn
default
cape.
would be like, fuck that guy. He's walking around with a mask.
You're not
Real
gonna
mask?
wear that mask around. When the fuck are you gonna wear that mask around?
when you're going to rob a bank or something.
Yeah, other than robbing a bank, where the fuck are you gonna wear that mask?
When you're driving your motorcycle.
No. Yeah.
You're not
Maybe.
gonna wear it unless you're in your bedroom playing the game. You're like, I'm in the game.
I'm
And then
in
your mom
yours.
comes in and is like, you gotta go to bed. You got school tomorrow.
Now, if you have like your favorite game is coming out, the game,
Cosplay?
the game you've been waiting all year for.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. If you had a choice and you're paying $150, Shadow of the Colossus is your favorite game. The next Street Fighter
Or
5,
Zelda.
Street Fighter 5, Zelda 3, Links to the Past 2, whatever.
Okay.
You had a choice, high-end, ultra premium. Do you prefer the physical item, the novelty knick-knack, or would you rather prefer those bonuses be in the game itself with like levels, maps, kind of thing?
Ooh, that's tough.
'Cause that's kind of a dangerous economy when you introduce
If the physical thing was awesome, then yes. But
Well,
if the physical
yeah,
thing was
it
a plastic
depends.
thing from China, then no.
it's
If they're gonna be spending, if they're gonna be
almost
putting out
always
for,
not cool. I don't know.
Well, it depends. Yeah, it depends how much of a fan you are of that game.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they did a Street Fighter 5 super hardcore collector's edition and it came with a bunch of shit, I'd probably get it. Cause I love that.
Yeah.
I love Street Fighter. So.
It's like, can I buy Street Fighter 5 with Ultra and Super already included in it, or do I have to wait 2 more years and buy them separately?
No, with this
you get
new
a-
one, if you buy the disc, it comes with the game and all the pre-download stuff on the disc.
That could be cool.
So you get it all with it.
You get Super,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super Street Fighter 5 and
Just get all the-
Ultimate Street Fighter 5 and Ultra
yeah.
Street Fighter 5.
Okay.
You get like you could only get maybe you get to pay $1 for the update.
Well, it's either you
Or get
pay.
free.
I think it's like $15 for your upgrade if you already have.
Well,
Super.
that's what I'm saying, but that's for the new one, that
Yeah.
Ultra
Yeah.
Street
Or you
Fighter
can buy
4.
the disc and get all the download. I'm gonna buy the disc and get all the download.
That's the way to go. Can you bypass Super? Can you go from 4 to Ultra?
Yeah.
upgrade, or
Yeah.
you can $15.
Yeah.
Shut up. Wow.
I think that will include everything. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It doesn't come with the download stuff though.
Yeah. You don't get the clothes.
Cool.
Cool.
I dig it.
Rock and roll. That's
dig
what
it.
I. That's all I.
News,
That's
I like
only.
it.
That's a lot of. That's pretty much what's caught my attention for news. There's a bunch of stuff I've missed as well, but whatever. Fuck
I
off.
dig it. Percy brought the news.
News.
I
Rock
like
and roll.
it.
News.
Episode 12 in the can. Everybody feel good about
Rock
this?
and roll.
We feel good about what we did here today?
I think so. Still hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel okay. I feel good about this. Dark Side of the Kingdom,
Yes.
episode 12. This is Dean. You can find me on Twitter, aka Dean Stone. That's my handle.
This is Ian. You can find me on Twitter, a little 2raf with the number 2.
And this is Percy, also known as the One Pariah on Twitter, Instagram, everything else, blah 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 blah. And like Dean saying, this is Dark Side of the Kingdom. You can find us on Facebook at Dark Side of the Kingdom, on Twitter at Dark Side Kingdom, and Google Plus at blah 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 blah. You can find you can find us all. Just search for Dark Side of the Kingdom. You'll find us probably.
Google it.
Hopefully, you should be.
And
Check out the drainage.
Check
out
it
the
out.
drainage.
Check out the drainage. Check it out. Check us out on iTunes, please. Give us some reviews,
Yeah.
stars, something. We know you're listening. We
Um,
see it. We
yeah.
know We know it.
if you
Just
leave
be a
us a
pal.
review, say something, mention, if you mention the word Tiger Jam in your review, I will send you something very expensive. So do that.
All right.
I might regret that. Give us some fucking reviews.
Remember,
this
people,
is a labor of
Tiger
love.
Jam.
This is a labor of love podcast. Reviews are the currency that we appreciate it. So,
We do.
Help
we
us
would,
climb
we
the
would
charts.
love it, please.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Catch you guys next week.
Pop, 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 pop. Please.
See ya. Talk about creative video game names.
A flock of me's.
We'll talk about
Flock Me Studios.
We'll start with the most creative name, Jumpman.
I like that.
Yeah.
Go Jumpman. Go.
Wasn't there like a super ultra Jumpman business card that I got from last week?
It's Combo Man.
Super Combo Man.
Super Combo Man.
That's all right.
How'd the dive kick sound?
Oh, it was. I bet you. Does it sound good?
Yeah. What do you mean? Just like
Him going.
oh yeah. So just easy on. Give me less things to edit and
Sorry.
peeking very loud.
At least I was.
It was good. It was a good episode.